What's good, you guys? It is your girl Michaela Janae here, back with another video. And in today's video, I am finally back with another Sunday Bible study video. Study the Bible with me, whatever you want to call it. We're here again. In these Sunday videos, I will be going through the book of Ecclesiastes, and I divided it up for every Sunday in December because this is, it's Michaela month. I almost forgot. But I'm so committed to this. It is 7 o'clock at night, but I wanted to come on here and get this video out for you guys. So please excuse if this video comes out a little bit late. I had a really busy day getting things together for my birthday, so please excuse the lateness, but I did not want to waste this good makeup. So here we are, recording at night. Okay, so if you have not watched the first episode of this video, go back and watch it. I read numbers 1, 2, and 3, and each video I will be reading 3 numbers. So today I'm going to do 4, 5, and 6. So after I read, I answered my question, and if you guys have not noticed, I put it in the video. So actually, Solomon wrote the book Ecclesiastes, and if you don't know about Solomon, look him up. He was a really wise man. He had a lot of God's favor. He had so much wisdom and understanding. So this book was really him going back and reflecting on his life and seeing what he's learned. If you go back and look at the video, I said this person is going through a lot. I wonder what type of state of mind he's in. So this was an old man going back and looking at his life. He was so wise. He had so much wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So with all that, that's really where he's coming from in his book. So I can't wait to dive in deeper with you guys. I can't wait to see what other knowledge Solomon can give us, because he was like the wisest person. So I really think that is awesome that he wrote this book, because it really makes me look at it with a new set of eyes. So let's just dive right into the reading. I'm going to start with 4 once again. Again, I saw all the people who were treated badly here on earth. I saw their tears. I saw they had no one to comfort them. Cruel people had all the power. There was no one to comfort the people they hurt. I decided that the dead are better off than the living, but those who have never been born are better off still. I didn't highlight that, but that just, it really brought me back, because especially around this holiday season, you see so many homeless people with their signs. It really just hurts me to see that. That's what that part really made me think of. All the people that you see homeless and hungry around this time, and not that they're not homeless and hungry all throughout the year, because I'm the type of person where you just shouldn't give around the holidays. You should try to give back all throughout the year, because there's always more people less fortunate than you and more in need. They have not seen the evil that is done here on earth. I realize the reason people work hard and try to succeed. They are jealous of each other. This too is useless. It is like chasing the wind. So that is saying that jealousy is pointless. Why are you envious of what someone else has? And trust me, I'm going to do a Maja Speaks on that, because that's really important. Like, I don't envy anyone, because I know God has given me exactly what I'm supposed to have. Okay, so it says, some say that it is foolish to fold your hands and do nothing. You will starve to death. Maybe so, but I say it is better to be content with what little you have. Otherwise, you will always be struggling for more. That is like chasing the wind. I have that highlighted because in my life I always try to focus on being content and having contentment and being okay if with God blessing me with nothing else, I'm okay with what I have right now. Again, I saw everything here on earth that was senseless. I saw a person who had no family. He had no son or brother. He always worked hard, but he was never satisfied with what he had. He never asked himself, for whom am I working so hard? Why don't I love myself, enjoy life? This also is very sad and senseless. 2 people are better than one. They get more done by working together. If one person falls, the other can help him up, but it is bad for the person who is alone when he falls. No one is there to help him. That spoke to me, because especially when I'm always going through things with friends, sometimes you think it's better to be by yourself and I'm gonna thug it out by myself and I don't need anyone, but that is not true. That's not the right mentality to have. I had to get over that and know that God did put a set of people here or a person here for me to confide in and for me to have someone, because having 2 is better than 1. And I had to realize that that was a biblical thing and that I actually needed people. If 2 lie down together, they will be warm, but a person alone will not be warm. An enemy might defeat 1 person, but 2 people together can defend themselves. A rope that has 3 parts wrapped together is hard to break. A young person may be poor but wise. He is better than a foolish old king who doesn't listen to advice. I saw such a young person become king. He had been born poor in the kingdom. He had even gone to prison before becoming king. I watched some of the people who live on earth follow him. They made him their king. Yes, a great man. People followed him at first, but later they did not like him either. So fame and power are shown to the useless. Shook, because who does that sound like? Who does that sound like? Doesn't that sound like a certain presidential candidate? I'm not gonna say nothing else. They are like chasing the wind. Be careful when you go to worship at the temple. I started 5. It is better to listen than to offer foolish sacrifices. People who do this don't even know they are doing wrong. Think before you speak. Be careful about what you promise to God. Look, that is what my motivational spiritual talk is on tomorrow. Watching your mouth. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. What you say is so important, and people do not get that. God is in heaven and you are on earth. So say only a few words to God. The saying is true. Bad dreams come from too much worrying. So too many words come from foolish people. That's highlighted. If you make a promise to God, don't be slow to keep it. God is not happy with foolish people. That's also highlighted. Give God what you promise. It is better not to say anything than to promise something and not do it. So don't let your words cause you to sin. Also highlighted. There's so many people who be like, they're in a bind and they're in a struggle and they're like, Lord, if you just do this one thing for me, if you just heal my mother, if you just heal me, I'll never do this again, I won't do this again. And then God does it and you break your promise. Watch what you say and watch what you promise God, because he holds you to those promises. Also, don't say to the priest at the temple, I didn't mean what I promised. If you do, God will become angry with your words. He will destroy everything you have worked for. Many empty promises are like many foolish dreams. They mean nothing. You should honor God. In some countries, you will see poor people treated badly. They are not treated fairly or given their rights. Don't be surprised. When an officer is cheated by a higher officer, they in turn are cheated by even higher officers. The wealth of the country is divided among them all. Even the king makes sure he gets his share of profits. The person who loves money will never have all the money he wants. The person who loves wealth will not be satisfied when he gets it. This is also useless. The more wealth a person has, the more friends he has to help him spend it. Highlighted. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what was in the Bible? The more money you have, the more people that will be around you to spend it. So many people that I see on YouTube, so many people around me, they have money and they're making good money and God is blessing them so lucratively, but they have this person in their house, they have that person in their house, they have like 20 million friends out of nowhere, and they're not even taking account for everyone who's in their life. I take account and I inventory everyone that's in my life. I pray about everyone, because the more you get and the more success you get, the more they will come and they will flock to you, and not everyone is supposed to be in your life. Okay, highlights that. So what does he really gain? He gains nothing except to look at his riches. A man who works hard sleeps in peace. It is not important if he has little or much to eat, but a rich person worries about his wealth. He cannot sleep. I have seen something unfair here on earth. A person suffers harm from saving up his money. Then he loses it all in a bad deal, so he has nothing to give to his son. A person comes into this world with nothing, and when he dies, he leaves with nothing. Highlighted because that's so true. In spite of all his hard work, he leaves exactly as he came. This too is unfair. He leaves exactly as he came. So what does he gain from chasing the wind? All he gets are days filled with sadness and sorrow. He ends up sick, defeated, and angry. I have seen what is best for a person to do here on earth. He should eat and drink and enjoy his work. This is because the life God has given him on earth is short. God gives some people the ability to enjoy the wealth and property he gives them. He also gives them the ability to accept their state in life and enjoy their work. That's highlighted. Such people do not worry much about how short life is. This is because God keeps them busy with the things they love to do. Walking in your purpose. They're saying right there that even if you don't have all the wealth, if you enjoy what you're doing, God is allowing you to enjoy it, your days will be meaningful. I'm starting 6. I have seen something else unfair here on earth. It causes serious problems for people. God gives some people great wealth, riches, and honor. They have everything they want, but God does not let them enjoy such things. Someone else enjoys them instead. This is unfair and senseless. It is sad when a person can't enjoy the good things God gives them Such a person might have 100 children. He might live a long time, but what good is it if he can't enjoy the good God gives him? I say a baby who is born dead is better off than he is. It is useless for such a baby to be born. It ends up in the darkness of the grave without even a name. That baby never saw the sun. It never knew anything. A person works just to feed himself, but he can never get enough to eat. In the same way, a wise man is no better off than a foolish person. Then too, it does a poor man little good to know how to get along in life. So it is better to be happy with what you have than to always want to be wanting more. Highlighted, always wanting more is useless. It is like chasing the wind. Everything that happens was planned long ago. A man is only what he was created to be. Highlighted, everything is already planned out. It is useless to argue with God about it. This is because God is more powerful than man is. The more you argue, the more useless it is. You gain nothing at all by arguing. That is so true. Fussing with people, getting upset, you're gaining nothing. Nothing. I don't do things that don't benefit anything. That doesn't make sense. Chasing the wind. A person has only a few days of his life on earth. His short life passes like a shadow, and who knows what is best for him while he lives. Who can tell him what will happen after his time on earth? Okay, so that is the last one for today. So from today, we're kind of seeing a pattern of the words that's being repeated, which the statement that is constantly being repeated is it's like chasing the wind. So really, he's really letting us in on a lot of wisdom, a lot of guidance. There's so many notes that you guys can be taking and that I'm going to take. Once again, I have my prayer journal ready. I'm going to be praying on some topics, not overworking yourself for no reason, not just wanting wealth and having nothing to do with it. We are born and we die and we leave and we come with the same things, which is nothing. None of this we can take with us. So we have to ask God to give us our purpose so we can work with joy and not work with no meaning. Also, what I got from today's, like the outstanding quote from today's reading had to be, the more wealth you have, the more people you will have around you to spend it. That just made me focus in. It's going to be my scripture for what I'm going to write in my prayer journal because that was so strong, so powerful. Let me know some questions you have just by reading that little snippet. Let me know your feedback on it. This is really so fun for me. Can't wait to do more. I'm about to record some more videos. Let me know if you like my hair. I did something different with it. You can't even tell that I am 14 weeks post relaxer, about to be 15 weeks post relaxer. So I'm doing something right, okay? I will see you guys tomorrow for Maja Speaks. We'll be talking about watching your mouth. It's going to be really important. It should all be quick, real simple, but you're going to get the word, all right? I'm going to holler at y'all then.